What does it mean to be free to play? Now, I think that's a really interesting question, and it could potentially be a fun debate. And so I was going to do a video on this topic in the near future anyway. But then yesterday, I found out about some drama going on with BOOZOR. Now, if you don't know who BOOZOR is, he's another content creator on the raid scene, and I think he has a legitimate claim being one of the biggest and most influential truly free-to-play content creators in all of Raid Shadow Legends. But some viewers of his channel have recently called his free-to-play status into question, and it revolves around the understanding that because BOOZOR is part of the content creator program, he receives in-game rewards on a weekly basis directly from Plarium. These rewards are worth real-world money, and so these viewers believe that BOOZOR shouldn't claim that his account is truly free-to-play, and he should stop calling himself a 100% free-to-play player. Now, I have watched some other content creators' reaction videos about this topic, but with all due respect to all these other creators, including guys like HH and Ash, who I respect and who I believe should share their opinion, none of them are actually free-to-play players. But you know that I am. I say that all the time on this channel. I am a free-to-play player. This is a free-to-play channel. All of my accounts are 100% free-to-play. So it's part of my identity, and it's part of BOOZOR's identity. And I think that's why some people don't understand how big of a deal this is. People say, hey, who cares? He makes good videos. Doesn't matter if he's free-to-play. And I'll say this. I know that it matters to BOOZOR. It certainly matters to me, and I expect it matters to a lot of players who identify themselves as free-to-play, because it means something to us. It's not just a random status label. It's part of how we identify as gamers. And so in today's video, I'm going to try to answer two questions here. The first is, what do I feel is a good definition for free-to-play? What does it mean to me? And second, do I feel that BOOZOR has a legitimate claim to calling himself 100% free-to-play? So that's what we're going to do here today. I am Colred. This is Colred Plays Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play. Let's get started. Just some quick channel news. I am resuming my Takeover Tuesday live streams this Tuesday, October 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you enjoyed Takeover content or you're hoping to win yourself a free account takeover, you should join us on Tuesday. And as always, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider joining our Discord community. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to the video. I want to start by quickly outlining how I discovered this conflict was going on. Now, this is a video that was put out by Ash yesterday. Drama alert, is BOOZOR really free to play? RCC's paid. And you can see the big drama on the thumbnail. So I clicked on this right away. I am subscribed to Ash. And my thought is, BOOZOR is free to play. What's the question? Why is this a problem as a free to play player? This is a topic that hits home. So as it turns out, BOOZOR and Ash were supposed to do a collaboration on Ash's channel the day this video came out, but BOOZOR backed out at the last moment because he felt that due to the conflict that was occurring on his channel, he didn't feel it was appropriate to do the collaboration and the topic that he and Ash had originally discussed. Now, Ash wasn't mad or anything. He just simply said, hey, what's going on, BOOZOR? BOOZOR explained. And so Ash then put out, instead of the collaboration video, he put out this video to support BOOZOR. Now, I do want to make a little bit of a comment here about this word drama. I'm going to try to avoid using this word drama moving forward because I believe that online especially, this word often implies a topic that is overblown, that people are treating more seriously than it deserves. And I believe that this topic deserves to be treated seriously because BOOZOR's integrity has been called into question publicly. And that has potential implications for the health and success of his YouTube channel, potentially for his income and the welfare of his family. I don't know how much he earns from YouTube or whether that's a significant portion of his income, but it certainly also has implications for his mental health and well-being and for his public reputation. So this is a serious topic, and I'm going to try to treat it seriously. That is not a knock at Ash, by the way. You know, this is how you get views, and he's obviously very good at YouTube. And like I said, he is supporting BOOZOR in this video. But after watching this video, I realized I needed to go to the source and get actually more information. So I went to BOOZOR's website. I'm sorry, BOOZOR's YouTube channel. And I found this video, free to play gets weekly free packs, ? Everything explained. Now you can see I am now subscribed to BOOZOR's channel. I was not before this. I would occasionally watch his content, but I had not subscribed prior to this point. So as you can see in this video, he's got the thumbnail with the content creator pack up there. That is the source of the conflict. In the video, BOOZOR explains his side of the story and what the conflict is and what his view on it is. Now, I'll just briefly outline this for you. Basically, what's happened is some viewers were unaware that BOOZOR was in the content creator program. This is not a secret and never has been. They were also unaware that being in the content creator program rewarded you with this level of resources. That is also not secret information. BOOZOR has never hidden that. This is all publicly available information. Just because you didn't know about it doesn't mean it was hidden. So I want to get that out there right away. BOOZOR has not ever hidden any information from his viewers about this topic. It's simply not something that gets brought up a lot. It's not like I start every video saying, hey, I'm part of the content creator program, so you should know that. Like, it's just understood. This is what's happening. So the viewers looked at that, and I understand the initial reaction. There's an initial reaction that says, hey, that's not something that I'm getting. So there's this comparison that instantly happens, right? Like, I'm trying to use BOOZOR's channel as a model for my own account. I'm trying to do the things that he's teaching me so that I can be as successful as he is, but I can't do this. I can't get this. And so what people did is they converted these resources into dollars, into real world dollars, because you can do that. Every resource can be converted into dollars. And then it's basically, all right, this is, $500 a month or $300 a month or whatever it is. I don't know what the actual number is. And then they said, hey, you're basically earning $5,000 more a year in free resources than I have access to. So I don't think you should consider yourself free to play. You're basically like a $5,000 spend. That's the argument as I understand it. There may be more to it. I'm going to take it in bits and pieces. Okay, so my first reaction to this is I thought about when I qualified for the content creator program. I got to 3,000 subscribers. This was like a year ago. And I qualified and I applied. I haven't gotten in, by the way. I've applied 4 times and never gotten in. So I'm not part of the content creator program, just so you're aware. Now, I did a poll at that time and I asked my viewers, hey, I'm applying to the content creator program. Will you think less of me as a free-to-play content creator if I get rewards like this? And the overwhelming response was like, no, you're still a free-to-play player. We're still going to respect you and believe that you understand what free-to-play is all about. Go and get your resources. You deserve it. You put out great content. You should be in the program. Now, I tried to find that poll. Like I said, it was like a year ago. I couldn't find it. But my memory of it is that it was over 80% positive response. That means, 15 or 18% of people were kind of negative on it. They're like, yeah, I don't really like that idea. So let's recognize that I think the majority opinion is probably supporting BOOZOR right now. But there's those other people, that 15% of people or so that are questioning whether or not this invalidates his free-to-play status. So I'm talking primarily to those people in this video, because I want to say this. If you're converting this into dollars, I think that's a bad argument. And I think the reason it's a bad argument is because you can do that with all of the resources that you get, right? You could do that with any resources that you ever get in the game. You can convert all of those into real world dollars. So my account, for instance, I could say I've been playing 3.5 years. I have a very advanced free-to-play account. I could put a $sign on that account, and I could say that account is worth $100,000 in resources, because that's the number of resources I've either spent or accumulated in my 3.5 years. But I haven't spent a dime on the account. I've never actually given money to Plarium for any of those resources. So even though it might be worth $100,000, it's still a free-to-play account. Now, potentially, there could be a spender who's spent $20,000 on their account, and the value of their account is still much less than mine, right? The free resources and their money that they've spent could only equal $50,000, and my account's worth $100,000. Does that invalidate my account as a free-to-play account? No. So the level of resources that you're acquiring is not a measure of whether or not you're free to play. The real measure to me is whether or not you've spent money to get those resources. And BOOZOR has not. So I think he has a very legitimate claim saying, yes, I'm free to play. I get these resources, but I've gotten them without spending money. Now that might be hard for some people to like accept because they think, well, I don't have access to these resources. Like, it's not just skill in the game. It's this extra thing that he's doing. But first of all, yeah, like YouTubers give away gems and stuff like that. If you've ever won a giveaway, does that invalidate you as a free-to-play player? I would say no. You've gotten free resources. You got it from a source slightly outside the game, but tangential to the game. This is raid content creation. This is part of the same game, the same community, the same collection of effort. And this is technically available to everybody. You can create a content, like a channel on YouTube. You can create content, get in the content creator program, and get these resources. Now, maybe you can't do it. Maybe you don't have the time or you're not interested in doing it. That's fine. But that's not BOOZOR's fault. Like, that's just the reality of life. Not everybody's going to do content creation. But if you said to me, hey, there is a way to get resources for free without spending money, and it's a ton of resources, it's a crazy amount of resources, and you can get them without spending money on it. If you get them, would that mean you're not free to play? I would say no. You are free to play. BOOZOR is simply better at this game than the vast majority of players, including spenders, by the way. Doesn't matter. Like, he's just good at the game. He's better than I am at the game. He's got 2 free-to-play accounts. One he gets resources on, the other he doesn't. And both accounts are way beyond my best account. And I'm a good player. This is not a knock on me. I'm not like, oh, I'm a crappy player and he's just better than me. If I'm better than 95% of players, he's better than 99.9% of players. So he's always going to get access to more resources than you or I are ever going to get access to, because he just knows the game better and he plays it more hours a day. He just works harder at it than we do. And now maybe that's not because of anything that we're doing wrong. It's just because I've got a 5-month-old baby. You've got stuff going on in your life, right? But he's figuring all the stuff that's going on in his life and he's still crushing it. So if you want to ask me, what's a definition of free to play? I'd say the simplest definition of free to play is not spending money. Now, I have this conversation frequently in comments in my videos or people in my Discord where they'll say to me a statement like, I used to spend a lot of money, but now I'm free to play. And I think that's fair. I think that's legit. Like, you could have spent $1,000 on your account or $10,000, $100,000 on your account and stopped spending 3 months ago or a year ago or whenever. Are you free to play? Absolutely. Is your account free to play? I would say probably not. I wouldn't call that a free to play account. But if you go to BOOZOR's YouTube channel, you'll notice in his description, he uses this term that I also use frequently, 100% free to play. And I think 100% free to play is an additional term that indicates I have never spent any money. It doesn't mean anything else. It means I've never spent any money. So not that I spent and became free to play, not that I've converted to free to play, but literally I started free to play, I stayed free to play, I am still free to play. BOOZOR fits this bill. He has never spent any money. The fact that he can get resources you can't, that's just a matter of skill, ability, effort. That's all it is. If you really want those resources and you're willing to sacrifice and put in the effort to do it, you can. Right? So, I think that answers both questions. But if you're still kind of, trying to figure out, well, I don't know, maybe those resources disqualify him. Let's go ahead and look at his channel here a little bit more. First of all, in 2 years or so, he's made 1,000 videos. How many of these resources do you think have gone into those videos? In other words, he's not benefiting 100% from these resources. He is building champions and compositions and running dungeons that he wouldn't otherwise, except to make content for us. He's using his free-to-play expertise to figure out solutions for us that we couldn't do without his resources. We're getting these resources. They are benefiting us through his videos. Now, if he keeps a little for himself, great. I'll let you know as a content creator, this 4 million silver is nothing. The 1,300 gems, that's not a lot. The energy is not a lot. Probably the biggest thing is actually the legendary tomes. Like the chickens are almost irrelevant. Like chickens are easy to get. You know what I mean? I have done single videos where I have spent 100 million silver on a single video. I've had videos where I've spent more than 3,000 or 4,000 gems on a single video. I'm a free-to-play player. I have to grind all those resources. These resources are given to content creators to make that aspect of the job of content creation easier. So BOOZOR takes those resources, he turns them into content for you. Like this video. I crack Shogun, ultimate free-to-play speed teams that fits everyone. This is one of the best Raid Shadow Legends videos I've seen all year. I'm not talking about free-to-play videos. I'm just talking about videos. This is an excellent video. How about this one? Most free-to-play friendly Odin Dungeon team stage 30, 100% win rate, full auto. Now, I don't want people to confuse free-to-play with early game or easy. Free-to-play is not easy. This is end game free-to-play. This is stage 30. This is maxed out stage 25 or whatever it is of Phantom Shogun. These are hard things to do, and he has done them as free-to-play and then made them as easy as possible, lowered the bar of entry, and explained it to the rest of us. And he's used these resources to be able to do that. Is BOOZOR free-to-play? Yeah. Is he 100% free-to-play? Yes. What's the difference between him and us? He's just better at it. And he's never lied. He's never hidden anything. And it's very reasonable for him to claim that he's 100% free-to-play. So if you're questioning his integrity, please stop. It's okay for you to disagree with him. Don't question the man's integrity. He's made 1,000 videos to help people like us get better at Raid. And I know how hard that is. So what I'm going to do, I'll point you to this video. This is the video that BOOZOR posted today. My last thoughts on everything, not everything ever, but on this topic. And this is a much more cohesive video. I think he had a little bit more time to settle down, to think about it. I know this has weighed on him. And I want to let him know, and all of you know, that BOOZOR, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Thank you for the content. It's awesome content. I have subscribed to the channel because he deserves my subscription. And I hope you consider offering him your subscription as well. Now, that is it for me today. I'm done. I don't need to drag this out any further. I'd like to hear your comments. First of all, do you agree with me? And if not, that's okay. Friends can disagree. We can even fight and still come to common ground. But hopefully, I think everybody sees that BOOZOR deserves our support in terms of this particular conflict that's going on. I hope it resolves quickly, that the community can move past it in a positive way, and it doesn't rear its head again in the future with any other free-to-play content creators, including myself, if I ever get into the content creator program. Okay, that is it for me. Thanks so much for hanging out. I have been Cole Red, and I will see you in another video soon.